Hey, everybody. So, today we are going to talk about how to start making sales on LinkedIn and all the right tactics that you're going to need in order to do that, where you're not just pitch slapping people willy nilly. That's this episode of the Broken Salespeople podcast. Hey, broken salespeople, welcome to the workshop. My name is Red Staffrom, and today we are here to help you fix your broken sales skills. So, I've been asked a lot because I've been doing a lot more on LinkedIn lately. So, I wanted to do a short little video about what works, what doesn't, and how I've been able to start selling through LinkedIn. So, just wanted to do a good rundown for you. I'm going to start with the two questions most people ask. What's most effective? And the second thing is, what do I post? What's most effective? Quite frankly, commenting. And that's true with pretty much every social media platform there is out there. The goal of selling through social media is to create connections, it's to build and engender trust on that platform. And by commenting on other people's posts, you're able to reach a wider audience almost every single time. Don't worry about making and doing 5 or 6 or 7 posts a day. You're better off putting more energy into the comments than you do into the posts. Um, Make sure you take that time. So, what do you comment? That's another question I get asked a lot. Figure out in the best way to look at this. There's lots of different pieces of advice. I'm a big fan of sarcasm. It's something I always do. I like to insult myself. I have a lot of self-deferential humor that I use. I called myself the love child of Ron Weasley and Hagrid today. Don't be afraid to make fun of yourself and have fun and make jokes when you have them. If you don't have a lot of jokes, a great thing to do is look at the advice that they're giving and figure out the next problem that piece of advice is going to lead to. Whatever, almost every piece of LinkedIn content is trying to advise you to something that they see would create the best outcome for people who read that advice and follow that advice. But in many cases, there's one instance where that may lead them astray. Try to think of that and then solve the next problem. Um, Try to offer solutions on how to get to the point where they can implement that advice. Think about whatever problems that advice has, either before or after, and comment about that. The next question is, what do you post? Well, if you're commenting, it's going to be easy to find stuff to post because you're going to see things that you want to elaborate on. You may not want to write a 4 paragraph comment, but that's could be a very good post for you to do. Video outperforms pictures, which outperforms texts, like full text posts, but putting a little bit of each isn't necessarily a bad thing. Don't be afraid to mix it up. And when you do post, you want to create an emotional reaction, not necessarily something that they fight against, but something where they want to move forward with you. A great way to post things is problem, implication, solution. You talk about the problem, you show the deeper implications of that problem, and then you talk about how to solve it. That's a great recipe for a post, and then you can put a call to action at the end as part of that solution, and there you go. You want to use this sparingly. You want to make sure you humanize yourself, but that's a pretty high impact post, just going problem, implication, solution. That's a great way to do things. um, don't be afraid to post things about your personal life. I've taken pictures of my office, which is most of the time just a chair in front of a TV with a piece of wood on top of it that I use as a desk. I've taken pictures of the lightsaber that I got when I went to Disney a little while ago. All of those different kinds of things. Pictures of my daughter. Um, Videos of myself in the truck as I've listened to something on audiobook and wanted to expound on. All of those different things are great pieces of content. Don't be afraid to utilize them. But that's more about building yourself on LinkedIn. You need to have that presence in order to sell. And that's going to be what we're really diving into next is what strategy do you use? You need to do more than just talk and yell into the void. You need to engage with people. So there's really 4 steps to get sales from LinkedIn. Step one is always going to be targeting, and that should be the case in every industry. I recently coached somebody who was told to make 500 contacts a week. 500 contacts a week. If you break them down into 5 minutes apiece, like it takes you 5 minutes to do a little research and send a message, it's still a 41-hour week just sending cold emails, just making cold calls. Doesn't work. It's not scalable. Instead, you want to find the right people and start building relationships with the people who you identify with, people who align with your message. When you start targeting, find 25, and that's the number that I'm going to give you. Find 25 people who you align with, who you think would be your ideal customers, and put them on a list. That is your new pipeline. Congratulations, they are your world now. What I want you to do is take everybody on that list and I want you to ring the bell. LinkedIn recently introduced a new feature where you could ring the bell on their profile and you will be alerted to every post that they put up. This is an amazing feature for us salespeople. You want to be utilizing this because now you get alerted every time your ideal customer posts something, and you can now be one of the first people who can comment on their content. It builds that name recognition. It shows that you are interested in them. So make sure you're putting that list together. 25. You don't want to go much more than that because then you're starting to create 2, 3, 4 hours of work for yourself every day. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep what you're doing scalable. The next thing is as you're following them, step 2 is follow. Keep track of them, talk to them in the comments. When they post, you need to comment, talking about the exact same technique that I told you before. Add to the conversation a piece of humor, a GIF. That's fine sometimes. I know one guy, a guy named Mike O'Connor, who would put yep on every Gary V post. Just yep, YEP, every single time. And he wound up creating a following from that because he was consistent with it. The idea is you want to create that character in your person's mind of who you are. You want them to start identifying with you and wanting to talk to you. This is not going to happen overnight. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks of being consistent and engaging with them on their content. Comment, reply to any comments that they do. Make sure you have that back and forth and create conversations there rather than in the direct messages and the DMs. You don't want to jump right into their DMs and pitch slap them. That is a cardinal sin of LinkedIn and pretty much every platform there is out there. Instead, take the time to build a relationship before going to DMs. The next thing you do is you wait. Yes, you wait. This is the part that's going to be the hardest for most salespeople because we are impatient. It's just a nature of what's in our genes. Keep an eye out for a problem that you can solve or an offer that you can make. This shouldn't take too long. Probably within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll start seeing something in their content where they want to solve something. Now, it doesn't need to be something that you offer. It doesn't. Step 3 is solve that problem. Step 3 is find a solution to a problem that they are having. This can be a referral that you give out. If you know somebody who is in the field of whatever problem they're having, connect the two of them. Offer that help. Offer a coupon for their services, whatever it happens to be. Put them in touch with somebody who can solve one of their problems. According to the Cleveland Clinic, 80% of all thoughts that a human being has are negative. 80%. It's not going to take long before they say something that's bothering them. Now you can take that opportunity to try to solve that problem for them. Referring it to somebody else, to another person within your network who solves that problem, that's a great thing to do because it shows that you want to help people. You authentically want to help people. Also, make sure that you authentically want to help people. Don't just go into this as if you're only looking for something out of it yourself. If you don't legitimately want to help, you're going to have a tough time in sales altogether. Now that you solved that problem, now you just ask. That this is the best part because you have shown you've created that consistency. You've shown that you're there. You've created a little bit of a relationship through the comments. Now you just have to ask for time and say, "Hey, I'm reaching out because I think I could help you with something else. I solve problems for people who do this, this, this by doing this, this, this." Again, remember when I talked about problem, implication, solution? That's a great message to send out. I help people with this problem before it gets here, and I do it by doing this problem, implication, solution. Could we talk for 15 minutes? Even if I can't help you, maybe you know somebody who I can help. And that's it. Give them the out to say, you know what? It may not be right for me, but they probably will know somebody else you can help and can point you in their direction. And now you just swap out that person for a new person. You take that 25 down to 24 and right back up to 25. It also shows by following this process that you expect referrals. Make sure you're doing that. By giving a referral to somebody else, you show that you work by referrals, that you get referrals in return. Um, Make sure you're building that network while you're doing that, and that commenting and posting is going to be a major part of that strategy. Make sure that as you are doing this, that you are building enough referrals to solve the problems for your people so that you can pass referrals back and forth because eventually you're going to ask for referrals from them. So that's it. It's a simple 4 step: target, follow, solve, ask. Target, follow, solve, ask. Target the right people, list of 25 or so, follow them and comment on their stuff, solve a problem for them. It could be something big, it could be you find out they have a coffee they love and you send them a gift certificate for it. And then ask for their time, ask for a meeting, ask for the opportunity to solve another problem for them. Target, follow, solve, ask. Nice and simple. This is going to keep you from being one of those slimy pitch slappers, those high manipulative people that are out there all the time. It gives you the opportunity to do all of this stuff. If you want more help, if you want somebody to coach you through implementing these strategies, I do offer coaching. You could go to brokensalespeople.com. I could help you from a number of different perspectives, doing it yourself as a salesperson or getting your team to implement it for you. All of that is great. Whatever direction you want to go, I can coach you through it. Brokensalespeople.com. Until next time, hope this helps and go fix yourself.